NSFW, what was your proudest fap? On top of this real high abandoned building I'd broken into looking out over the city early in the morning. Did you beep on the roof or shoot over the ledge? Unless you're a woman. In which case, same question. When I thought I was a genius for discovering that you could rub your beep with your hand, I went on a week-long solo camping trip. No cell service, didn't see a single person in the entire time, didn't have any nudes saved to my phone. Woke up one morning and realized IHANDNT had a beep in 4 days. Stepped out of my tent, took in a deep breath, found a tree to stand behind so no animals could see and just raw dogged it to nature. Didn't imagine any ladies or anything, just me and nature in a 3-foot cum shot onto a Douglas fir. Mother Nature was watching. Asterisk step Mother Nature. What re you doing, tree-coon? Well, all your branches are broken, so I thought you could use some help. Every July 4th, Lady Liberty, please rise for the national anthem. Why ahead of you. IDKY, but I laughed really hard at this comment. Here's a snack. I managed to bust a nut before this whole family of 7 came right by me. Holy beep, that is one weird family. Busted in my then-girlfriend's mouth and she shared a cigarette with this dude I didn't care for. Jeff, is that you? After a month at camp with zero privacy. Had the house to myself when I came back, and my beep was Spider-Man web slinging like crazy from build-up. Just was satisfying and I was proud I set up here, you know? Were there no toilets? Couldn't you crank one out in the loo? I'm a woman, sorry, but once my boyfriend sent me a pic from his work where he was wearing a suit. Nothing dirty or provocative, just a normal, at-work pic, but for some reason that turned me on. He was looking ********, so I started touching myself and sent him videos of it while he was working. It was so good and risky, but truly enjoyable. Oh god. Poor guy, had to sit through work with a boner and your video in mind. On FaceTime with my girlfriend. Same. Went for 3 hours, it was kinda fun. Who's GF? You, /747 boo. I had a weird growth wart-looking beep on my chest that was dead center in between my 2 nipple. It fucked up my self-esteem and I had a lot of trouble removing my shirt because I was my 3rd nip. One day I was done with this beep, so grabbed a small string, put it around the growth and tied it there so I could slowly cut it. After a week there was progress, but I wanted it to be quicker, so I pulled and pulled, but it still wasn't coming off. It felt like I was strangling an old friend with a rope in an Italian gangster movie. Full PF adrenaline and really wanted it to go away. I grabbed a pair of scissors and chopped it off. After all of that, I was so pumped and so full of adrenaline, the only thing I felt like doing was power wanking to celebrate the death of the little beep that had been eating away at my self-esteem for several months. I've never felt better about masturbating in my life. Celebratory power wanking is an underappreciated splendor of life. Was in my crush's closet. Was she surprised when you came out of the closet, or did she always kind of know? Don't you mean coming in the closet? Top of the Eiffel Tower. Not the first baguette to be buttered at the peak. Never been to the Eiffel Tower, so I have no clue how it looks or how it's run or whatever, so excuse my ignorance. Weren't there other tourists and visitors there in security of some kind? Asterisk they knew. In the bathroom while not clocked out. Boss makes $1, I make a dime, that's why I fap on company time. Mona Lisa's hands, I saw them in the library, and something about them. It gave me erection. Kira no. Slowly puts away Killer Queen. The ones that I don't get caught. My first one, everything else just been downhill. Onto the face of a beep time partner that had a beep fetish. I saved it up for a week. She said, that was a lot, thank you. My proudest fap was finished about 10 minutes ago, and hey, on a side note, you should really lock your fence up, it wasn't that hard to open, sorry about the stains on the window. Hey man, a heads up, you should watch your back. Cause I was watching yours. Also, what kind of conditioner do you use? Smells nice. Thick girl I went to school with posted a pic of herself on vacation in Spain. Her big beep was basically swallowing her bikini. I've nutted to that pic several times. Cynthia from Pokemon in a bikini. Not gonna lie, grew up thinking she was cute as *********. I started at 9 p.m. and ended at 4 a.m. How? Were you on anything? Could be edging. Longest I've gone that my willpower allowed me was like 2 hours. The Wi-Fi was out, and I like to draw, so I put my skills to use. Here for the comments later. The first Veep hero I managed to complete. The pleasure of achievement to the game and the Fap, oh boy. I'm a lady, don't remember what made it happen, but it was one of those good Veep ***, the ones that last long. Body shaking, Veep squirting, practically screaming. Personal best. I knocked out for a couple hours after woke up, my vibe still beside me. Like, you know how some people sometimes say, not my proudest Fap, what has been your proudest? Sarah Jean Underwood when she did Playboy before she was on Attack of the Show. Iris from Pokémon. When I figured out how to make myself squirt. My boyfriend knew how to make me squirt, and it was always such good beat that I could never remember what he did. But one day, I had the house to myself, and decided to use my vibrator to get some of my energy out. And finding that sweet spot and squirting on my own face was pretty hot. Definitely sent a video to my BF. Where I'm from, Army is obligatory, so my proudest Fap as well. I was guarding 0200, 0400, 100 meters from enemy lines. The one that was used for surrogacy, which led to my 2 beautiful children. They also had a DVD with surprisingly good beep, Anabolic Balls Deep 3. Joe. Reached the wall across the room. Wish I had recorded it. Standing ovation worth it. Busted a nut all over this girl's body who was dating that one steroid beep in the gym. He was the type of guy to laugh at you while you're lifting and explain in 10 different ways how he is better than you. Aeroplane. I got the genius idea to use a Ziploc-filled W lotion between 2 pillows and just lay there, thrusting. I read a manga about ensemble stars, but it was so beep romantic, those 2 guys. Also one time I rubbed the head JIUUSSTT right and it felt like drugs. Heaven, I'm still trying to figure out what I did. Probably fapping in front of my girlfriend while she watched XC skiing. Just beep ***2. Finally I can get this off my chest. So when I was around 15 to 16 years old, a group of friends and I went to one of those really nice hotels that were around 20 stories tall, because it was my friend's birthday. We were all around the same age, and we were old enough to be trusted by ourselves for more than a few days. So the adults accompanying us stayed in a different room floors down. This meant we could do whatever we desired. We wanted food. We bought pizza. We got bored. We went to the huge pool behind the building. Anyway, it was our second day, and when the boys and I were discussing girls in very specific ways because, you know, teenagers. It had been quite a few days since I wanked and all that, so as you could imagine, I was at a certain point where I would do just about anything to let loose. Thankfully God decided to help me out, or some beep, because right around the time where I started getting a hard-on from thinking about girls, one of my friends had the idea of getting food, but only if somebody came with. Everyone else was starving, so naturally they agreed to go. I, however, had the bright idea to take this opportunity. The pizzas at this hotel took forever to make, and if I didn't act, I would have been super pissed at myself. So I say no and the boys leave the hotel. I immediately get out my phone and go inside the bathroom for some alone time. Now, since it had been a considerably long time, I wasn't exactly in control of when I finished the deed compared to most times, so when I felt it coming, my dumbass just grabbed a towel and finished on that rather than in the toilet or some beep. Now this Fap doesn't sound proud to you guys yet, but it became my proudest when my friends just so happened not to touch that towel for the rest of the time we were there. And they took a shower every day. Pretty beep lucky if I do say something myself. Oh yeah, and there is more of the story. Later after our stay, Z and I were talking about how fun it was at the hotel and how we should do it again with the boys. And he mentioned the time he and the boys left me in the hotel room when they went to go get food. I ended up telling him what I had done. Naturally, he laughed really hard, like more than I expected. I told him, dude, I know it was funny, but I've never seen you laugh so hard. He turns up to me and informs me that during the time they were getting food, everyone basically started calling it that I was totally jacking off, since it was weird that I didn't want food for once. So yeah, that's my proudest Fap story ever. I stealth fapped a couple times in school during class. Go 15 through 17-year-old me for taking advantage of unorthodox classroom layouts and seating arrangements to rub one out. They knew. The 17th. Fapped, busted, cleaned up, and my mom walked in. Luckiest timing I've ever experienced. Dorm room at university after a weekend at a mandatory